And social engineering toolkit is an interactive Python program that is designed, maintained, and mostly contributed by Dave Kennedy, also known as Relic. You might already know who it is because that's a well-established figure in the hacking community. The guy testified in Congress, so he is a very smart guy, and he provides this tool in order for us, for penetration testers, to be able to easily include technical aspects of social engineering attack scenarios into our services. So this is an open source tool, of course. As most cool things in the industry, you can contribute yourself. Don't keep yourself quiet. That's important to the success of these tools to be developed by the community. So first of all, in order to use it, we will need our public IP address. I will show you why in a moment. Okay, so we will run social engineering toolkit right now. It requires root for execution because at some point it might need to fire up a service on a privileged port. So here you have some version information, some dynamic banner. You can see F Society logo here once in a while. So the root menu is really meta, yeah. So it's just some service information. First of all, most of the time you will just press 1 and enter at this point, but you can see that there is some automation using fast track, there is some third-party modules import functionality as well, and you can update from here, and you can reread the configuration and so on. So this is like really basic operations you can do with the toolkit. You drop down into first menu item and you see actual attack vectors. As you can see, there are not many, but if you read carefully, you will see that that's pretty much everything that is going on in the wild right now. Okay, so spear phishing, website attack vectors like deploying malware or harvesting credentials, generating infectious media, QR code generation, SMS spoofing. So everything is pretty much everything is here. So for this video we will use second option, website attack vectors, and here also are a few with some descriptions, yeah, and we will use this one, credential harvester. So this basically is here for really theoretic purposes because Java applet attack is not quite relevant for now. It's caught by most antiviruses, but still it's here just for us to see what can be done if you train your users to accept fake certificates and run Java code received from no matter who. Okay. You can also try to exploit browsers if you know that your client is kind of out of date in security updates for browsers. You can use Metasploit for that, and you will definitely need to do credential harvesting pretty much all the time you conduct a social engineering engagement. Yeah, so let's focus on that a bit more. So here you see that we can either use some web templates that are already there in the distribution, or we can clone a live site, or we can do some custom import from a directory where we have already saved a website for offline use. And we will use web templates just because here in this video I've planned to use Google as an example because it's a service that most of us use, I guess, and it has evolved. Yeah, so recently, not really recently, some time ago, they have changed this process of authentication to multi-step procedure. Yeah, so now You first enter your email, then on the next page you enter your password, and then if you enabled multi-factor authentication, which most of you, I believe, did, yeah, you enter this temporary one-time code, and then you're in. This is a functionality that is not really easy, yeah, to implement. It takes some time, so in certain cases it might be required, but here let's use web templates, just because the site cloner could not do that. It will just clone the first page, and usernames are not quite everything that we have to collect in credential harvesting, right? We need passwords as well. So let's use web templates and see the tab nabbing configuration. That's what we needed the IP address for, and I have successfully rewritten the buffer already. So let's just end it and copy it one more time. Yeah, so 1 2 3 1 IP address. Okay, so it's an interface where the CGI script that collects credentials will actually be running. Okay, so there will be a website served by Apache that is cloned or recovered from a template, and there will be a tab nabbing service that will basically be the action for the form that is served by Apache. Okay, so we put it here. We use Google as template, and look what happens. You see, that's our website before. Let's just open it once again, and this is the older version of Google authentication page. Okay, so that's how the social engineering toolkit session looks like. After that, you just have this URL. It can be followed by anything, right? The main idea is to lure the traffic to this domain, and you have to do some credentials harvesting. So you just need to take this URL and send it out to as many people that are related to your client's company. Yeah, so you just take the employee list that you have collected during the open source intelligence phase. Yeah, so you conduct some phishing campaigns in the tools you use, or you just do it manually through Mailgun or through your own standalone mail transfer agent. Yeah, so this is just for you to experiment and find out the way that is most effective and suits your needs the best. And let me now show you what appears in the log of Social Engineer Toolkit when the clients actually arrive to this website. See that there is no red address bar. Do not really pay attention to everything that follows from accounts Google, starting from accounts Google.com, and enter their credentials into the window.